Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Pashvika, the channel where we talk a lot about self-improvements, motivation, female stuff like the menstrual cycle and everything about improving ourselves as a female or as any kind of a gender. I do talk a lot about female specific topics like menstruation and all those topics, but some of the videos are kind of like applicable to all the genders. But here I am today. I'm going to be sharing some of the relationship lessons that I learned along the road. Now this is the relationship lessons whether I learned from my romantic relationship, whether I learned from my parents, for the relationship I had with my brother, with the friends, with the colleagues, and yeah. So without further ado, let's get straight with that. Before I go park, consider clicking the like button, guys. I do appreciate that. If you want more such videos in the future, consider subscribing, hit the bell icon. Whenever I'm gonna upload new videos, you're gonna get notified about it. If you're looking forward for self-care, then I have an entire PDF general to help you take care of yourself. It's based on my experience and knowledge. It's a PDF download which you can download and fill it out. The link is in the description box below. Visit my website thesimplewaves.com for blog articles in the description box below. Okay. With that being said, let's talk about the relationship lessons that I've been learned. Now I'm going to be sharing my own real relationship tips along with that. The first lesson that I learned from the relationship that I had, whether it was a romantic relationship or whether it was with the relationship with my parents, is the acknowledgement. I think that we as a female, or I think we as a human, we are looking forward a kind of like an acknowledgement or feeling right in front of the other peoples, whether we are in a romantic relationship with our partner or whether we are having a relationship with our parents. We want the acknowledgement, and I think that it really needs to be addressed over here, because I've been feeling this particular things of right to be feeling acknowledged or right to be feeling right for that particular situation with the relationship that I had with my parents. Few days back only, I met stray cats who was pregnant and gave birth to the 4 small baby kittens, and I was taking care of them, and yeah, I was feeding them and all that stuff. I was giving them food and shelter since it's a stray cat, so they don't have their own home, so probably I was feeding them and I was taking care of them. And in that moment I realized I used to thought that my parents like animals. I mean, they do like the animals, they do like to feed them and they do like to take care of them, but they don't like the animals at the home. And I was taking care of them nearby my house, like not internally in my house, but just nearby. But like when you open the door of my gate and you're gonna see those cats and kittens. So like, I don't want these cats to be inside the home. Like, you can feed them while they are outside. So that was the thing. I felt so bad about my parents. Now this is a personal thing. Now they don't hate the animals, but they don't like the animals in their home, and I think that is completely normal and neutral. Like, some people don't like the animals at the home, maybe because they had some allergies or maybe of their beliefs or whatever the case is. But I was looking forward a kind of like an acknowledgement from my parents, so that they acknowledge me the right that I am right in the situation, since I want to bring them at my home, and it is the right thing that I'm doing that, because they don't have a food and the shelter and all that stuff. So I was looking for that acknowledgement. And I am telling myself again, it's not good to find the acknowledgement in the relationship. Like, what does it does good to you if someone is recognizing that you are right or the things that you're doing is right? Of course, we do look for external validation, but I think that when you're looking for the external validation in the relationship, whether it's a romantic relationship or relationship with anyone in this space, if you're looking for that, then your relationship will going to have a lot of the up and down, because it's not really stable. It's a human tendency to look for that, but I think that we need to avoid that in the relationship, because the relationship won't be healthy. I hope it makes sense. So that is the first thing to tell you, that you don't need to look out for the acknowledgement. Like, I used to look at that a lot. In fact, few days back only I was looking for that, but now I'm kind of like telling myself to not to get acknowledgement, not to get an attribution or retribution or contribution from the other people. Of course, it's amazing to feel if you're getting that one, but if you're not, then you don't need to depend on that. Instead, just go for yourself and do the thing. The second thing which I learned from my romantic relationship with my boyfriend. Now, I do had a relationship in the past, and some of the relationship I had were very badly broken up, and they were like lots of the traumas were there, emotional and mental traumas. So I learned a lot of lessons which actually helped me to learn these lessons to accept the way who you are. Now it's kind of like related to the external validation, but I think that it's common in the females, I think. I'm not sure whether it's common in the guys or not, but we females, when we are having a romantic relationship with our partner, we are looking forward to be being accepted by our partner, whether it's a physically accepted, mentally, socially, or whatever we are do. We are looking forward them to accept us the way we are. And I think that that's completely normal and natural to be accepted, to get that need to be fulfilled by your partner. But I think that that kind of like weakens the relationship, because now you are focusing your happiness, your everything outside from you on someone else. If someone is giving you good grades, then you feel good. If it is, then you are not happy. So I think that happiness is linked with that particular thing, which is kind of like not really good. It's kind of like too fragile, because you are focusing on external happiness, you're focusing on external acceptance instead of internal acceptance. So no matter whether you're having a romantic relationship with your partner or any kind of relationship, please don't look out for the external acceptance of who you are. That's really important. The third tip, or the third lesson that I really learned hard across the road, is to let it go. Yes, oftentimes we make judgments what other people think, what other people say, and we try to store all those things inside of our mind, and those things keep on telling us, keep on reminding us, oh, that person did something bad to us, or lingering all those thoughts, all those things, or negative memories in our mind, which kind of like creating a negative vibration and frequency, and we are attracting more negativity and more bad stuff into our life. So I think that it's very important to let it go, because we are all humans, we are all robots, we are having a relationship with the humans. So humans does make mistakes. We are also making a mistake. Maybe other person is not liking that mistake of us, but they are ignoring us because they know that we are a human. So that's what we also have to do, is to ignore the mistakes. I'm not telling you to ignore a very serious mistake. If someone is doing very, very serious harm to you, I'm not telling you to ignore that. I would tell you to take an action towards that. But if someone is doing some genuine mistake, and I think that we human do make that mistake, you need to let it go. Okay, you need to let it go. Either have a conversation with that person, talk with them how it's making you feel, and get the shit out of your mind and your body so that you feel relaxed. Another lesson that I learned from my relationship, now this one is mainly focusing on the romantic relationship that I had in my previous relationship I had. Mistake is looking for attention from your partner, whether it's a romantic relationship, or looking for attention from your parents, from your brother, your sisters, your colleagues and friends. And I think that we humans do need attention, and I think that we are an attention grabbing machine, or whatever you call it. But some people do need a lot of attention and others need not that much. I mean, it depends from person to person. But being myself, I feel like I do need an attention because of my childhood traumas. Like when I was a kid, I was a first child to my parents and I was taking good care. But when my brother comes, that's the second child to my parents. Age difference, but still, when he was there, I wasn't able to get enough love from my parents, because they was taking care of my brother, because he was way more small than me. I mean, he was younger than me, so they were taking care of them, and I felt ignored. I felt like abandoned, and I feel all those emotions. So that's why I was having inside of me the need to get an attention. Like in my previous romantic relationship, I was looking for an attention from my partner. If they are not talking me on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, I feel like I'm ignored. I feel like they don't even care about me. So I was keep on looking for that kind of stuff, needy kind of stuff, you can call it. The same thing I did in my current relationship with my partner, whom I'm dating for almost more than 2 years. And I've been dating him. In the beginning, I was kind of like too needy, because I was like, I want attention from you, give your attention, give your time and energy to me. And he was giving that. But of course, we have other responsibilities in our life as well. We want to focus on our business, on our career, on our other relationship that we have with our parents, with our siblings, with our friends and colleagues. So we do have other stuffs in our life apart from the romantic relationship. So he was focusing more on that, and I was like kind of like needy. And then I told him that I don't like this thing. I felt like I'm ignored, and he was like, I'm not ignoring you. It's just that I have a different stuffs in my life, and I am here to give your attention whatever you needed. But in that moment, I felt like he was not ignoring me, but I was feeling like he was ignoring me. So there is nothing wrong with this relationship. There is something inside of me that wants more attention. What is that? So I go deep down and I look at my childhood traumas, and then I find out that it was because my parents were having a second child after me, and they were taking care of them, were ignoring me. They have abandoned me, and I feel that thing, and that's why I've been carrying that trauma, that internal stuff inside me for a very long time, and now I'm that kind of stuff is reflecting in my romantic relationship. So I think that the way you treat your relationship, the way you think and you do in your relationship, it depicts a lot about your childhood stuff. Every now and then, I think every human has some sort of a childhood traumas, maybe a bigger one, maybe a smaller one. A lot of the stuff from my childhood and the beliefs that we think that it's right, and it's very important for us to acknowledge these limiting beliefs that we have been carrying from as a child, and that actually dictates or what kind of relationship or what kind of things we would be having with the other person once we grow up. Last thing that I want to cover is being an INFJ personality type. I'm more kind of like an introvert person. I like my personal space. One is going too much inside of it and they are ignoring my personal space. I just freak out. It happens with me time on time with my parents when they are talking too much in a day, and I feel like I want my personal space to reflect on the things, to journal the things out, but they are talking with me on some important topics. I feel like I want to just get out of it and I want to have my own personal space. So the point is over here is important to convey the right thing in a relationship. Instead of imagination, just convey the right stuff or just ask. Like if you want a personal space in your relationship, just ask for that. Just convey that particular message to your partner or to your friends or family, because that's really important. Like instead of imagining everything, it's just better to just talk about it. I was imagining a lot in this long distance relationship, like why he's waking up at 3 a.m. at night, why he's doing that and all that stuff. He's online and all that. Imagination was there, and that was freaking me out. And when I asked him the question, he was like, "No, I wasn't doing that thing. I was doing this and that." And I was like, "Heck is wrong with me? Why I'm imagining a lot what he is not even doing at all? Why I'm imagining?" So I want to tell you, instead of imagination or thinking what others think about you, just ask them if you have any question, or just convey the message which you want to convey. If you want a personal space, just talk about it frankly, okay? Don't keep the things inside of you, because other people don't know what you are thinking, okay? We do read the minds, but we don't know exactly what other people is thinking about it. So it's best to convey rather to assume and predict and blah 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 stuffs. So hopefully these tips will going to help you. These are the relationship lessons that I learned a hard way. What do you think in the comment section below? I would really love to hear from you. Thank you so much for tuning in today's video. I'm gonna see you in the next video. Till then, take care.